Across Tanzania's Serengeti plains, an endless story is unfolding. This cheetah's hunt is unsuccessful, but she will not be hungry long. It is a time of abundance. And yet, life here is never without dangers, even for these healthy young twins, a male and female. Nearby are 3 other young cheetahs, brothers cut loose from their mother to fend for themselves. In the precarious world of the cheetah, alliances bound by ties of blood can make all the difference between life or death. Five months of heat have reduced the plains to dust. But in January, the air fills with the promise of a change. Within days, the Serengeti becomes a more hospitable world, quietly awaiting the return of its inhabitants. Everywhere now the dry season is over. Game is on the move. Thompson's gazelles drift out of the bush country, heading back to the open grasslands. Drawn in the wake of their migrating prey, the cheetahs follow. This young female travels alone. The twins, too, are heading for the short grass plains. Brother and sister are inseparable. At 18 months, they are young and full of running, affectionate but inexperienced. They've been away from their mother for just a few short months. Very different are the 3 brothers. Only 6 months older than the twins, they are already more assured and far more aggressive. The hare seems little enough for 3 growing adolescents, but they must catch what they can. These 3 will roam together for the rest of their lives, finding strength in numbers. They are a formidable team. To the east, towards the Gol Mountains, thousands of Thompson's gazelles are gathering on the short grass plains. In these first tranquil days, when the rains have broken, there is nowhere more idyllic than these endless Serengeti meadows, where all life begins afresh. It is now that the Thompson's gazelles are giving birth. The birth of a fawn is fraught with danger. Out in the open with nowhere to hide, the newborn Tommy must learn to stand within minutes. Its mother, perhaps weakened by labor, struggles too. For mother and fawn, this is a most vulnerable time. The fawn wants to suckle, but its mother turns away. It is far more important for the young fawn to learn how to use its legs. Already, its exertions have been observed. As if from nowhere, a cheetah appears. It's the lone female following the herds from the bush country. Aware that its victim cannot escape, the cheetah is in no hurry. The fawn is confused and even tries to suckle its attacker. The chance of an easy meal has attracted a lioness. For a fleeting moment, the cheetah is distracted, and miraculously, the fawn survives its first hour on Earth. Now it's the cheetah's turn to be threatened. But although the lioness is 3 times her size, the cheetah is unwilling to give way. The lioness will kill her if she can. But the cheetah's speed is legendary. She knows she can outrun any lion. Even so, her defiance is remarkable. She's bold enough to threaten, perhaps chastising the lioness for ruining her kill. It's deadlock. Then, almost disdainfully, the cheetah looks away. The lioness soon loses interest, aware that further pursuit would be futile. The cheetah relaxes. She is swift and confident, and knows the ways of lions. But trouble is on its way. The brothers have reached the short grass plains and have seen her. At once, her whole demeanor changes. These, her own kind, she cannot outrun. The brothers are young yet, but eager enough to mate should she be in season. Escape is impossible, but by lying down, she may be treated gently. The tactic fails. The brothers want her totally submissive. Though outwardly passive, her yawn reveals her deep distress. By moving, she antagonizes the brothers still further. Still, her captors aren't ready to let her go. The waiting game continues. They could keep her hostage for up to 2 days in the hope that she might come into season. Frightened, she tries to bluff her way out. Her threats do not deceive the brothers. But when in desperation she turns on them, they seem less certain. Her luck finally changes when the brothers are distracted by golden jackals in pursuit of a young Thompson's gazelle. Adult gazelles are generally too big for jackals to prey upon and defend their young whenever possible. They inflict little damage, but can still give the jackals a short, sharp shock. The brothers have seen an opportunity and move in. The adult gazelles outmaneuver the cheetahs, but one of the brothers has noticed a young fawn that has become separated from its mother. Of all the Serengeti animals, the cheetah is the true predator of the open plains, a sprinter whose devastating pace has evolved stride by stride with the quicksilver gazelles. A fawn, however, is a more vulnerable target, and the cheetahs pursue them with single-minded determination. Though cheetahs share large prey peaceably, the brothers become quick to squabble when there is not enough for all. But this is their first kill on the short grass plains, and they soon settle down to eat. Some distance away, under the canopy of a large fig tree, a different side of the cheetah is revealed. The twins are as affectionate as ever. Together, brother and sister revel in the warm African breezes. The male is blissfully unaware of the serious threat that is now within sight of his tree. Fierce and aggressive, the brothers will brook no competition. If they find the young male, they may try to kill him, if they can. For the moment, however, the brothers are preoccupied with inspecting a nearby kopje. Islands in the seas of grass, the kopjes are regularly visited by cheetahs, and the brothers spray the rocks to warn others of their presence. The fig tree where the twins are resting is no more than 400 yards away. But the twins have little to fear. For once, the brothers seem more interested in the Leonotis flowers. Somehow, both sets of cheetahs remain unaware of each other. The twins are ever watchful as they move into the open. And until the day of reckoning comes, this is their land, their kingdom of the grass. It's likely that they remember this copy from last year, when they were still cubs under the protection of their mother. Any lingering scent of lions or other cheetahs would alert the twins, but all seems well. This copy offers the gift of shade to protect the cats from the intense heat. There's an extra benefit here. An agama lizard plucks the annoying flies from the male twin, helping itself to a meal at the same time. The cheetah is still distracted by the flies, until something catches his eye. Silently, the twins slip away before the brothers see them. Only minutes later, the brothers reach the twins' copy. Undoubtedly, they can smell the other cats. They leave their own pungent message, a warning to the male twin that there are 3 of them, while only 1 of him. The twins, however, have vanished into the grasses. Some miles distant is a much larger copy frequented by a mother cheetah and her 3 6-month-old cubs. The day has been hot and the cubs are too sleepy to move. All except one, that is, who is eager to explore. His mother is reassuringly close and the copy is quiet. An agama lizard is an irresistible plaything for a young cheetah. Intent on his pursuit, the cub strays farther and farther from his family. His mother, more aware of the danger, sets out to find him. Lost in the maze of rocks, he calls to his mother, but the echoes are confusing. She climbs to a vantage point. Again, his anxious cries ring out, but still she cannot find him. For a moment, he sees her high above and tries in vain to reach her. By now, he is thoroughly disorientated, alone and vulnerable. When night comes, he is still missing. It's no time to be alone when hyenas are on the prowl. With luck, a stray cub may somehow find another adult to care for it. Some do survive. For hours, the mother continues to search for her cub. But he was not seen again. Shortly before dawn, with no sign of the lost cub and with 2 other young to feed, the mother cheetah leaves the rocks behind. A new day finds the family far out on the plain. Mother and cubs loll in the heat. They don't move at the approach of another cheetah. It's an adolescent female that's finding it hard to be on her own. She isn't a threat, but neither is she related. Nonetheless, the young cheetah seems eager for the company of others. Such liaisons sometimes happen. The female makes overtures to the cubs, but they will have none of it. The mother remains observant but unperturbed. Undaunted, the young female persists. At last, the cubs have been won over. The light rains are now over, and the downpours of April will soon begin. For the moment, the brothers appear deceptively benign in this lull before the storm. Contented and well-fed, they take their ease. Mirror images stretching their supple racing frames. At last, the rains begin in earnest. The brothers move off, seemingly indifferent to the approaching storm. A mile away, the twins sit quietly under increasingly ominous skies. The brothers are drifting closer to the twins. But this is not a day for traveling. Though it is wet and miserable on the plains, the storm may have saved the twins from a disastrous encounter. The rain beats down for 2 hours, abating only in the late afternoon. In the aftermath of the storm, the Serengeti takes on an unearthly beauty. During the night, the plains have become a dreamlike land, haunted by ghostly shadows. In the mists of dawn, an ancient spectacle is unfolding. For millions of years, the restless wildebeest have followed the storms across the Serengeti plains. At first, there are only a few thousand. Then tens of thousands, as more pour in to feed on the fresh flush of grass. The brothers eye them with interest. When all have arrived, there will be more than 1 million. The bulls are the first to reach the area. The cows and calves follow soon after. Most of the young were born in a single 3-week span. For the brothers, the migration brings more than ample hunting opportunities. Always they seek out the most vulnerable animals, the lame, the lost, the young. While an orphaned calf is brought down, one of the brothers keeps the adults at bay. His tucked tail perhaps revealing nervousness at the throng surrounding him. The third brother remains watchful, but the wildebeest move on quietly. The orphaned calf was unlikely to have survived in any case. Awareness of a kill spreads quickly on the Serengeti. With their sharp eyes, vultures can see a carcass from 10 miles off. As the news spreads, others waste little time, and the brothers cannot afford to be too leisurely over their meal. This young female cheetah, coming unbidden to the banquet, is a stranger. She is taking a big chance. She looks thin. Maybe hunger has made her less cautious. At first, the brothers are too intent on their kill to even acknowledge her. Suddenly, even though gorged with meat, they give her a frightening going over. This was the moment the vultures had been waiting for. The cheetahs, their bellies now full, don't risk an attack from the birds' powerful beaks. The female has suffered a nasty gash on her back leg. But now she makes another mistake when she tries to slink away. She would have been better off not moving. Once more, the dark side of the blood brothers is revealed. Only when she becomes completely submissive do they relent. Her wound is not serious. She'll soon recover. And the brothers move on. twins have discovered unexpected visitors at one of their favorite copies. Hyenas are much more powerful than cheetahs and are treated with caution. The cheetahs are desperate for shade, but daren't move in so long as the hyenas remain. Hyenas may be ungainly, but they possess the most powerful jaws in Africa. As the grass has become overgrazed in other areas, some of the herds have now migrated into this valley. Inevitably, the predators are not far behind. In these few square miles, the twins, the three brothers, the lone female, and the mother and cubs have all converged. By May, the mother and cubs have accepted the young female as part of the family. Like all cheetahs, she is not at her most graceful on the slippery rocks. It's only her pride that has been injured. Maybe another route up will prove more secure. Curious, one of the cubs heads after her. There's many a slip. A narrow gap seems an unbridgeable chasm. But the female is still determined to get to the top. The cub watches, bemused. Even as an adult, the mother can still be cajoled into play. The female has finally decided to abandon her climb. Meanwhile, the cub heads off to join the game in the grass. Suddenly, the young female freezes. Her playfulness evaporates as the brothers approach. Sensing trouble, the mother quickly tries to get her family away. They're no match for the brothers. In a few moments, the family is surrounded. Even in the Serengeti, to find 7 cheetahs together is very unusual. The mother realizes escape is impossible. The brothers sit, awaiting the next move. They sniff the grass with interest. But perhaps because the mother is not in heat, the males let their captives go. The family heads off across the plains, unharmed. Now that the herds have gathered in this one valley, the three brothers hunt almost every day. Yet at times, their searching takes on a more sinister air, as if perhaps finding rival males takes precedence over food. Until a wildebeest calf appears. Somehow, it fails to spot the three tails twitching in the grass. The brothers wait until the calf has walked past, giving them the edge of surprise. The calves are older now, and this one is stronger than it looks. Desperately, one brother seeks its windpipe. While the third brother keeps the other wildebeest at bay, the other two bring the calf down. As its life begins to ebb away, the arrival of hyenas brings an unexpected reprieve. Once more, the wildebeest's fate hangs in the balance. Exhausted, it fights on gamely. The cheetahs can only watch as the hyenas feed. Inevitably, the hyena's presence brings other scavengers. With some 30,000 vultures constantly patrolling the Serengeti, competition is intense. The hyena has had enough, and the birds will grab what's left. Wearied by their long struggle with the calf, the brothers seem indifferent to the wildebeest, but continue their relentless patrol. With empty bellies, they move on. Somewhere ahead lie the twins. Perhaps it is inevitable in this one valley that they will at last be forced to confront the brothers. The male twin sees them first. He knows his life is in danger and creeps towards his sister. But there is nowhere to run, and they're younger, weaker, and outnumbered. On the short grass plains, high noon is approaching. The brothers go straight for the male, who rushes to his sister's side. They mean business. While two stay at his rear, one goes for the male twin's throat. Inexplicably, they break off and transfer their attention to the frightened female. But they do not attack her. The brothers smell the spot she was lying in earlier to see if she is suitable to mate. Brother and sister remain rooted to the ground, hostage to the situation. Perhaps because the twins are still young and the female is not in heat, the three brothers relent, with only a last glance as if to remind them, "We'll be back." The twins are left shaken and scared, but unhurt, finding comfort together. It is June. The rains have ended and the plains are drying fast. The herds are trooping back to the bush country. Soon the grasslands will be empty again. The brothers too are leaving. They may face hard times ahead, but they will have each other to rely on. The exodus continues. The plains are grazed to a stubble. The kopjes are deserted. The young twins must follow the gazelles to their dry season refuge. This is probably their last season together. When the female is ready to be mated, her brother will be forced to wander these plains alone. Many challenges await these cheetahs of the Serengeti. But if all goes well, those that do survive will be back next year, when life returns to the short grass plains once more.